Hi YouTube, I'm Sean, joined by my co-host.
What up YouTube, it's your boy Lunati and welcome to another episode on the Soccer Side Chats. This week we're going to keep it very simple. We'll just be looking back into the action that happened over the weekend in the Premier League. Looking forward to what's going on this week in Champions League football. Quarter-final lineup, big matches coming up this week.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting with Manchester United, Liverpool, big game of the weekend. Finished 2-2. Thoughts?
I mean, going into the game, I actually thought we were actually going to lose that game comfortably.
Yeah.
I thought Liverpool would, get revenge on us.
And they had chances.
Especially in that first half.
Yeah.
Because even if you look back to the FA Cup game, they had also chances to kill us off. But we were just wasteful in the final third. And, it's football, man. Old Trafford was rocking after that Fernandes goal.
Yeah.
And I'll take the draw, man. Considering where we are in the table and how we're performing.
Especially considering the fact that last season Liverpool walloped you guys though, both home and away. 7-0, 5. I remember the 7-0 away from home. Or was it 7-0?
It was 7-0.
Yeah, it was 7-0 at Anfield.
Then we beat them, I remember 10-0. I think 2-1.
But still, the fact that they walloped you.
7, yeah, exactly. And even in previous seasons,
they did do that. So exactly. I think for them to not take their chances this time around this year in both fixtures is very surprising. But you know what? That's football, that's Premier League. Liverpool now don't have advantage in the Premier League title race. They're now second place, only on goal difference behind Arsenal by a point.
With City third.
1
point behind.
Arsenal did their job. They won comfortably, convincingly as well against Brighton away.
Smooth Arsenal this season, guys. The defense, guys. You see Saliba, Gabriel, and Rice in front of them. That three. And they've played together for I don't know.
I think that's
that three. It's set, nah?
Yeah,
no injuries.
For most of the season.
Exactly, bro.
Most of the season. Yeah, and also Kai Havertz up front is actually he's actually hitting form at the right time in the season.
Because he was actually ridiculed at the start of the season.
Yeah,
people were saying flop.
People were saying he's gonna be a flop.
But Arteta had a plan though. Arteta had a plan.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but now looking at the other title contender, Man City, winning as well away from home at Selhurst Park at Crystal Palace.
Routine basically, man.
And a standard procedure.
Standard procedure for Man City.
Even without Foden there, they had no issues.
Silva, who else was out?
I don't even remember.
But they did risk key players.
Yeah. I think on the back of their mind, they have Real Madrid in the Champions League to worry about as well. So maybe that's why they thought, okay, we can rest a few players.
But we all know City towards the end of the season like this. Past 5 seasons, they just relentless. They just win game after game, and they're used to this kind of pressure.
And so before we go into the rest of the Premier League results, I wanted to ask you, who do you think at this point is going to win the Premier League?
I think looking at form, experience, and the fixtures left, I think City. I think the only difficult game they have in there is Tottenham away.
Yeah, it's Tottenham away. It hasn't been
potentially Brighton, but after watching Brighton on Saturday, I'm not quite convinced.
Yeah, I know they could easily win there.
Exactly. If Arsenal can win then you should expect City.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I think City, because of their fixtures, their experience, and they've been there, they've done it. Yeah. Well, as Arsenal and Liverpool's games on the other hand,
Now looking at Liverpool's rivals, crosstown rivals, fighting relegation, had a points deduction earlier in the season. They won convincingly, or they just won. Just about by a goal to nil against Burnley at home.
Burnley, yeah. And I remember Friday in the car, I did mention to him because he said, "Who do you think is gonna win the game?" Everton, Burnley, and I was like, I see a 1-0 there. I see a Burnley, scraping through typical, Sean Dyche, dodgy performance,
Everton,
exactly. And so at this stage of the season is just points on the board. It's the most important thing.
Especially in that relegation dogfight.
Exactly.
Looking at Luton as well, they're also fighting for survival. I think they're level on points now with Nottingham Forest. They won 2-1 at home to Bournemouth.
Late winner as well.
Yeah. I mean, for them as well, I think it's a big result. Big surprise over the weekend was Aston Villa throwing 3-3 with Brentford. Massive surprise, especially because they're at home. But do you think, because they're participating in the Conference League this year, that European distraction is hampering their form in the Premier League?
Definitely, man. I think that playing Thursday and Sunday again in the Premier League, rotation. I don't think they have a squad. I think they have a lot of injuries. Maybe if they had a fully fit squad,
maybe they will be a bit easier.
And I also think that Unai Emery is prioritizing the Conference League because it's also a route into European football. Né?
Yeah, it's automatic qualification to Europa League. Yeah,
so it's not bad, man. Because either way, if they finish 5th, it
Europa.
could be a Champions League place.
Yeah,
depending
on the coefficient as well.
But hey, and they have some tough games coming up. They have Arsenal
they still have Arsenal, and they still have Liverpool.
Liverpool away. They still have I think City.
Yeah,
City
they already played City. I think they have Tottenham. I'm not sure.
Tottenham they played. And they were beaten. Tottenham. No, but I'll check.
But we'll have to double check. But then I think they're comfortable.
Same thing with Tottenham. Tottenham, I know they're the top 3.
Nah.
All of them.
And so
and Newcastle on Saturday.
Yeah, no, that's actually going to be
a tricky game, yeah.
But I mean, like, tell us what you guys think. Do you guys think that Aston Villa will be able to carry their form all the way to the end of the season and actually get top 5 and hold off Manchester United or even any other team?
Even a surprise, West Ham or something.
Yeah.
And also, let us know, guys, who you think is going to win the league. Do you think City will do it for the fourth time? You think Liverpool? Exactly. Do you think Liverpool will equal Manchester United's record of 20 English titles, or can Arteta
finally end 20 years? They've been waiting 20 years for the Premier League. So could they end that? Could they end that wait? Only time will tell.
And my friend, you know what makes me laugh, man? Is
what?
If you look at 2, 3, 5 years ago, any Arsenal fan you spoke to, they all wanted Arteta out, man.
Yeah, no, they wanted
They're like, Arteta's not that guy.
And I'm sure as well, they never thought that they'd be in the position they're in right now, competing for titles. So
I guess it's credit to the Arsenal board, sticking, with Arteta, being patient.
Yeah.
Now look at him. He has his squad in his own identity, and
they're winning comfortably. Games. They're convincing. They have the best defense and best offense in the Premier League. So they're comfortable. Looking at other Premier League results over the weekend, Fulham lost at home to Newcastle. Wolves as well lost at home to West Ham.
But the Wolves game, man, I saw on Twitter, apparently Wolves would disallow a goal deep in stoppage time, and I didn't watch the game, I didn't see the footages and stuff, but I just saw a lot of complaints about PGMOL.
The referee body. So I would.
These things have been going against teams all season, bruv. So I get Wolves, I know in games. But it happens to my team, it happens to Chelsea, like the last game, Chelsea Man U. I don't think that one was a penalty. The last goal for the 3-3. I don't think so personally, but it's VAR, man. They ruin in football.
I don't even care.
Look at him, he's acting like it's a World Cup.
I don't even care. Anyway, looking into Sunday's results as well, Spurs won 3-1 at home to Nottingham Forest. Comfortable, and obviously Chelsea couldn't continue on a winning run.
After beating Manchester United. The mighty Manchester United, after how many years they go and put in a performance like that?
I'm even talking like this, but listen, it is what it is, it's football. We move on. I still think that Chelsea are a very inexperienced side. Give them time. I think there have been glimpses of what they are capable of doing, but it's just a case of considering where we were last season and the fact that this is a totally different squad to that of even last season. It is obviously going to take time. It shouldn't take as much time as it actually has, but because we're talking about young players, I think we have to. I'm personally going to give them a bit more sympathy. I don't want to, but I have to.
It's a young team.
Yeah, and I mean, considering what they've done so far this season, they made it to a final of a Carabao Cup. You guys can say what you want about them losing in that cup final.
To kids, but
they made it there. They're in the semi-final of the FA Cup as well. If they can get top 7, now that's, I think, considering the fact that last season we finished 12th, last season it was all over the place. That would be, I think, a decent start into this regime of trying to build something for the long term, trying to have a bit of dominance and not instant success. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Passionate, right?
Passionate,
moving on from Premier League to the Champions League games this week. Tomorrow we have some very, very big games.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Bayern, Real Madrid, Manchester City. Then Wednesday we have PSG, Barcelona,
and Atletico Madrid and Dortmund.
Let's start off with tomorrow's games. Is it routine for the
not at
English
all.
Teams or?
Nah, not at all. I think as much as people do notice the fact that Bayern aren't performing well, I personally think that Bayern are gonna beat Arsenal. I just think that
Really?
I'm telling you, dog, because when I think about it now,
Yeah.
performing in European competitions, and I'm not someone here that has experience performing in these competitions and all that stuff, but when you can see now as you watch these games of football, there is a certain level of know-how and experience that they need
Exactly.
in order to participate and to perform well in these competitions. I mean, like, you look at Man City, dog. They were winning Premier Leagues like 10 years ago, for example, 12 years ago against Man United. They were winning comfortably and convincingly these Premier League titles. Remember that one in 2011, 12, 13, 14, yet they were struggling to even make it past the round of 16, for example. So I think it's down to maybe heritage and just a culture in the club that needs to be built over time, which City have done, for example. But I feel like Arsenal, it's still the type of club that still needs to get back into that sort of like rhythm of competing deep in the Champions League. Whereas you have Bayern that are used to performing at this stage.
And Bayern haven't been in like good form recently.
Yeah, no, they haven't, but I'm still gonna fancy them over an Arsenal.
Even at the Emirates, bro. Because the thing is, they're away from home now. I get what you're saying, like heritage and stuff, but first leg, Arsenal, you know, at the Emirates in London, they go in for that game.
They could perform well, but in the back of their minds, or I mean, like, think of, okay, man, I know it's a two totally different squad that performed in the same time. Like how many years ago? 2016. Yeah, exactly. Totally different squads, but the fact that Bayern went to London and scored 1-5-1 that first leg, I think, in the round of 16 that year.
I mean, 10-2 aggregate.
Yeah, it was 10-2 aggregate. The point I'm trying to make is that we can't just rubber stamp this game as an Arsenal win. As much as we can all see that Arsenal are a stronger squad, I'm not gonna say Arsenal are gonna go ahead and win.
Personally, I just think, given that it's the first leg and it's Arsenal at home, I just think first leg Arsenal maybe 2-1, but not like a big advantage. Because I think Bayern still have the players there that can hurt Arsenal.
Definitely, you have your Kane, your Musiala, your Sané,
your
guys.
Smooth.
These are players who are just they're rolling off our tongues.
Exactly. So. And then moving on to the other game, Real Madrid, Manchester City.
This could be the final itself. Even.
It could easily be the final. It's a quarterfinal, man.
It's a shame. Yeah, no, but I think I said this before to you a couple of weeks ago. I said that this is a toss of a coin. Whoever wins this game will probably go ahead and win the Champions League anyway. But I think, I don't know. I'm gonna, right now, night before, I think I'm gonna probably say that Man City is gonna win.
At the Bernabeu, firstly.
No, not first.
No, the
entire tie as a whole.
Personally, just looking at the game tomorrow from a tactical point of view, I think that the midfield is gonna be key tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
Whoever that wins that midfield battle, the Bellingham or Rodri or Stones, is gonna win the game, because I just think that's where the game will be won and lost.
Definitely.
But it's a two-legged tie, so
never know.
Just see what happens. And then Wednesday's games, you have PSG, Barca, another toss of a coin.
Yeah, again, another toss of a coin. Both sides haven't been really that convincing throughout the season. But I think with Barca, because they've actually picked up some momentum over the past, I think, 2 months since Xavi has announced his departure.
This is actually like revitalizing the squad in a
sort of
way.
like giving them something to fight for. So we'll see how they perform.
Plus, they have players coming back as well.
And they have players coming back as well. So we'll see how they perform. I think I'm going to fancy them more than PSG, because PSG, it still looks like a side of individuals that are trying to form into a team. There's still a few issues here and there. Even though now they have picked up a bit of form in the French league, the Ligue 1, it's still a toss of a coin. You never know what you expect from PSG.
But I just think, you're hearing it here, guys. The first leg, I think Mbappe masterclass.
You think
I think they'll win the first leg. But I think Barca, second leg. I think all of those ties, first leg, the teams here gonna have a strong advantage going into a second leg. Then obviously the most boring.
You said the boring. I think it's gonna be interesting. It might be interesting.
Atletico Dortmund, the last game Wednesday.
I'm watching my boy Jadon Sancho. Sancho, if you see this, bro, Jadon, just know that I'm your number one supporter, bro. I'm watching this game, bro. I'm watching you do your magic, bro. Show them that Sancho sauce, bro. Show Atletico Madrid that Sancho sauce.
He's gonna be watching PSG, guys. I
don't care about Barcelona, but anyway,
yeah, man,
tell us what you guys think. Do you guys think, for example, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Real Madrid,
any surprises
or
there?
Arsenal make it to the semi-final or not? We'll see. Anyways,
Ciao.
Anything else you wanna add?
Oh, guys, don't forget the most important thing of this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for
Whenever for more content.
You know what I'm saying?
With that being said, Sean and I signing out. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Peace.
Peace out.